Hi everyone, today I'd like to share with you how I utilize Bloom Taxonomy in my classroom. At its core, Bloom Taxonomy is a foundational framework that allows students to move beyond memorization into higher order thinking skills, such as applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. In a college classroom, it's essential that we not only present the material, but we also encourage students to master it through application and critical thinking. I find that Bloom Taxonomy works best when it's set up as scaffolded learning techniques. So for instance, I teach mostly biology as well as anatomy and physiology courses in a blended format. So for my students, we start at the bottom and we work our way up. So before we meet for class, there's usually some pre-reading assigned, as well as perhaps a short recorded lecture, even a pre-lab quiz for them to complete. That'll take care of the remembering and the understanding. When we meet for class time, we can then concentrate on applying and analyzing. And I love to utilize active learning assignments for that aspect. So group work works great, case studies, or my all-time favorite, which are think, pair, and share activities. And then finally, for the evaluating and creating stage of Bloom's, I like to give students clinical applications where the students are presented with a patient and they then have to hypothesize the disease as well as predict the symptoms and set up a prognosis. They can also diagnose as well as defend their output in this particular stage of Bloom's taxonomy. Of course, all this requires clear alignment when we set up our assignments. So one of the things that I always recommend is that you audit your instructions and replace vague directions such as define or tell me with higher order Bloom verbiage such as critique, compare and contrast, hypothesize. All this allows students to really see that you're trying to elevate the rigor of the assignment. I would also recommend that as you're creating your rubric to assign higher points to the depth of knowledge that the student is displaying. So for instance, you want to give them more points for the quality of their analysis versus them just regurgitating what the definition is of the concept that they're trying to tackle. My last tip for the students is to be transparent. Let them know that you're utilizing Bloom Taxonomy. Tell them what the value in this is. I feel that this megacognitive approach allows the student to really value the task and also understand the rigor that is aligned with the assignment that they're completing. This might seem all very overwhelming, but remember, start small. So pick one assignment and go ahead and reevaluate it, add some Bloom's verbiage to it, and see how it affects the quality of the student's output. Remember, when used effectively, Bloom Taxonomy allows us to transition from simple distributors of knowledge to actual allowing students to engage in higher critical thinking skills, which of course is invaluable in real-world applications. Thank you so much for allowing me to share my experience with Bloom Taxonomy. And if you have any questions, please make sure to reach out to CTEL.